In this Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 3 free video tutorial, we're going to explore color block sort and color block merge. I've just finished a video on how to use the Create Applique option right down on the lower edge of your screen. And I've actually selected not only a shape, but I've selected a built-in kind of miniature flower for us to place all the way around this applique. So the machine does this. It's a fabulous feature. We'll put a link right up here for you to check out that video as well. So the reason the color block sort and merge option is going to be so important is because this design that we've picked has 3 colors per flower. There's a light blue and a dark blue for alternating petals, and then a yellow center to finish it out. So however many times, I think it was like 34 of those flowers were placed around this applique shape. And so as it's going to go stitch, and we'll see it in a second when we go to the stitch out screen, it's going to start with flower number 1 and ask me to put on the light blue. It'll stop, ask me to put on the dark blue and stop, and then it's going to ask me to put on the yellow for the center. And then it's going to move on to flower number 2. Well, in this machine is a fabulous feature that will combine all the light blues, all the dark blues, and all the yellow centers and allow me to stitch it all at once. So that's what I want to walk through and show you the process of how this works. And I'm also going to tell you when not to use this feature and how you could totally muck up some of your designs. So let's start by touching Stitch Out. I've attached the hoop, so go ahead and touch OK. So as you're going to see here, there is the applique options, and then here's the color order for each of those flowers. So I will be here forever if I was to have to stitch these. Now, back in the day, before this feature, I might have done something similar, but had to do it manually, where I would go ahead and when I got to the first color blue, I would stitch it and then I would manually select the next time that color blue showed up and work my way down the list. And then I would go back and then do the light blue and then the yellow. Okay, so right up here, sort, merge, and one color. These are going to be your lifesavers. The one color would be as if we just wanted this to stitch from the first step all the way through all the colors and never stop. So that has its time and place, but if you're looking for a colorful finish, monochrome is usually not what you're using. Color block sort, or just sort as it's now called, is going to put all the colors together. And so if I'm going to go ahead and scroll up, we're going to see them all grouped together, and then you can see them all the way down to the final centers. Okay, that's all fine and good. But the last thing that you want to do is actually do merge. And the reason for merge is so it will sew one full color, then stop. So the next group of color, and then stop. That's what makes this so amazing. So you won't see anything happen, but once I touch merge, it will do just that. Stopping after this first blue, and then switching over, telling me to put my next color on, sewing through all of them, then stopping. So that is the ultimate way to get this to all work. You'll also find the color block merge and sort feature right here if you scroll at the embroidery stitch out settings screen, the screen that pops up before you get to embroidery, and you'll see your options here as well. So once you become more familiar with your abilities of using this feature and you know you're going to turn them on, you can do them right here before you hit apply. Now, I did mention that this is not optimal for all designs. So let me explain a scenario where you would not want to use that sort and merge feature. Let's say you have a design that you've brought in. Let's just say it's a flower and it has 10 colors in it. And then you've brought in another design and 10 colors in it, but they're 2 separate designs. But you notice that there are colors that match each other. Just because there's whites in both and blues in both doesn't mean that they stitch out in the same order. So if you were to sort and the white on the first design was at the first color, but the white in the second design was on the last, there's a reason it's probably on the last, because it's a highlight or maybe a white of an eye. You wouldn't want to combine the whites because now the order is off. So you do need to use the sort and merge feature responsibly, so not to interrupt the order even though there's similar colors in more than one design. But it is perfect if you're doing duplicates of the same design and there's not other designs with similar colors that are going to get mixed in and maybe get switched around. So if that makes sense, you are going to find your applique features a great help, especially when you have designs that you've used that are in those multiple colors. You can pull up a design right now on your machine and explore this option and just put a hoop on. Even if you're not going to stitch it out, you can simulate exactly what I've done to see the results and understand this part of the machine. If you want to learn more about the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 3, we have a series of online courses to help you with techniques, rehooping, and also mastering all your decorative stitches on the sewing side. Those course links are in the description below, and in each course there are video lessons that you can preview for free to see if that course is right for you. We have helped over 8,000 students worldwide master their machine. If you're ready to take your sewing and embroidery to the next level, I hope you'll join us on a journey of a lifetime. It's like inviting me to sit down right next to you and walk through amazing new techniques, mastering functions and features as you go. I hope to see you in class soon.